Okay, I am back with the food portion of this little stock-up haul. I don't have quite as much. You know, I didn't want to spend as much, and I just didn't have time with, my nephew's wedding and preparing for and then hosting the open house at the mosque. And then we also got our new fridge and freezer delivered. The freezer came in today, so the fridge came in earlier in the week, so I wanted to be there for that. And so we will be getting on with our next project, whatever that will be. And as usual, I always start with the cold items first. And to start off, I normally don't pick up bottled water by the bottle unless it's offered to me. But the reason why I wanted this Sport Cap bottle was when I'm out there at the campground at Jester Park, I don't want to have to go all the way up to the bathroom just to brush my teeth, when I could either do it, I can do it right there in the main camp. And because I am staying in a teepee, I will have, I'll just be able to do it right there without having to go all the way up to the bathroom. And plus, being that it's a Sport Cap, you can squirt it. So if you needed to rinse something off. And I went ahead and cracked the bottom so that I can refill it. This still has the original water in it from when I got it. So I will finish drinking this, and then I'll refill it just so that the bottle will keep its integrity. Even though it's already got a few dents. I've had it in my fridge just to keep it cold, but I figured this is a 1 liter bottle. Nope, it's 700 mils. So it's the same capacity as my pink double wall bottle. No, that one might be 750. I don't know. I'd have to measure, but they're close to the same size. But this should be more than enough for brushing my teeth as often as I will have the chance to. And then I can always refill it and use it for, like, if I need to put the squirt on something to rinse something off or whatever. And also, this would be great for watering your plants if you need to get into a tight space where your standard watering pitcher or watering can may not be able to get at. You can do it with this. So this bag of hamburger buns just kept bouncing around Hillel. People would pick it up, then someone put it down, and get picked up and then put down. And I saw no other like it. So I will give these a good home. I will enjoy these buns. They're a little bit squished, but I don't care. So then, my family, those who were wanting to try these, they enjoyed these beef sticks. So I went and got me another pack to take to the powwow so that I could have, say, if they're not going to have a meal for all of the volunteers tomorrow night, I got this. And I got this pack of cheese. I've had this cheese from another brand, but I've never tried this brand. Not quite sure where it's from, or what kind of cheese it actually is, but I enjoy it, so I got another one. I hadn't seen it in a while. And then I will not take these because I'm not going to be taking a cooler necessarily. But I just got these to have in my freezer for some extra meat. And then ground chicken. I made a chicken and noodles with it. The last time I had one of these 1 pound logs of ground chicken. And then something new I saw that Myanmar had been doing. So I got a couple of each. They're now doing the bean and cheese burrito. So I have 2 of these. Just for a quick meal. And then I have 2 of the cheese and beef with sausage seasoning. Breakfast wrap, so it's basically a breakfast burrito. They're a little smaller than the regular size bean and cheese burrito, but I got a couple of each. And then I saw, anytime I get chocolate, I always keep it in the fridge, just because I just don't want it to melt. And this is a marzipan with dark chocolate. So that's it for the cold stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these away, and then I will get into the next bag. Okay, I am back. Sea salt and black pepper kettle chips. I grabbed these again. These are awesome. This is an off-brand of the Honey Nut Cheerios. This is something I'll snack on and not always eat with milk. And the same with this granola. And I decided to up my rice game in a big way. This is a 5-pounder. I got 2 different rices. So this is just your average long grain, your enriched rice that is most common here in the U.S. and probably Canada. But Mahatma does basmati rice and jasmine rice is in addition to this rice. They also do the brown versions of the basmati and this kind of rice. I've never seen brown jasmine rice, but this is for long-term storage. Louisiana habanero hot sauce. Then adding condiments. This looks like a peach or apricot chutney. Let's see what it is. It's its ingredients. It'll tell me. It's hard to focus when my hand keeps moving. But anyway, it's a condiment. Very good to have in order to keep adding flavor, especially when you have to rely on things like the rice or the beans, and fruit mix, chili beans, already seasoned. You can mix it in with some ground meat. Throw in these diced tomatoes. And if you need more tomato sauce, got 3 of these little goodies. These are perfect for, some channels do these meal in a bag. If you don't want to use a whole can this size, if you're only, say, cooking for 2 or maybe 1, then this would be perfect. Or you can take this on a trip if you're car camping and you don't want to take a larger container. And here is a cream of broccoli and cheese soup. Great for cooking, not just eat as a soup. Although you could do that, but another way to get meat is vegetable stew with beef. And a can of sweet peas. And last thing in this bag is a can of tuna. Getting more protein. I'm going to pause this, get these back in the bag, and get that out of the way. Okay, I am back. I just have this little bag. The only thing I have in it, and this is the way I always do salt and sugar when I buy them, is keep it inside of a plastic bag until I either dump it into my sugar container or I pack it for long-term storage. And I think this little one, this 4-pounder, I still have over a half a container of sugar left in my container in my kitchen because that thing holds 10 pounds. I think I'm going to pack this one for long-term storage. And then I grabbed a few snacks and other things that I'm interested in trying. I saw these at Hilal. These look very interesting. Plantain chips. I haven't had plantain chips in a long time. So I saw these, I figured I would grab some bags. And then this is a kind of a halva, but we've had this at the mosque since before Ramadan, and it's sugar-free. Nobody ate it. I've checked, taken the lid off several times just to check on it. And as you can see, this seal has never been pulled up. So I thought, you know what, it's just going to sit there, no one's going to want it. I will bring it home, and when I finish it off, I have a very nice screw top container that's not your typical skimpy plastic. So this will be a great storage container when I'm done with the contents. And I got a couple more of these crisp breads because I like them. This rosemary one, rosemary and sea salt, awesome. This is a very light and airy one. Again, I like both of them. Then I got some candies here. That are going to go to the powwow. because we have what they call the candy dances for the kids. So we will have one Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon. So I figure this one here milk fudge, so it's like a milk chocolate fudge type candy. So I can divide this. That way some of these can be put out both days. And then I got a container of black pepper while I was at Hillel. Shrinkflation. Look how low that is in there, and this is a sealed container. See, the seal is still there. These used to hold a whole lot more. They probably used to put 8 ounces in here, 5 ounces, but hey, it's black pepper. And this is something that I saw that was interesting. Lola's Fine Biscuits, Mango Habanero. Interesting little nibble there. And I'm all about interesting. And of course, I like some meat goreng ramen. Sorry, I didn't have them in frame. So Hillel had 4 different flavors this time. I'm going to toss these back here. And then, I told you, I'm loading up on the rice in a big way. This is jasmine rice. So again, this is a slightly different type of rice from basmati. I also have arboreal rice in my stash, but I only have 1 package of that. But again, rice, a very good thing to have in your preps. Another bottle of honey. And then this thing, I've gotten this before. Let me, yeah, I was right set up. This is an entree kit. So it's vegetarian, but you could throw something else in there if you wanted. And it contains a biodegradable bowl and a wooden fork. I've gotten a couple of these before. I tried one plain, and then the last time I got one, I threw some Parmesan cheese on it. But instead of using the bowl that is in this box, I chose to keep the bowl clean and just put it inside of a plastic bag, and that will add to my supply of disposable tableware. And then the fork, the little wood or bamboo fork, went into my fork bag that I have full of plastic forks. And then the last 4 items I'm going to pull out of here are again some freebies from the hotel. They also had like a couple of tea bags per room, a couple of You know, like the little coffee kits with creamer, sugar, and a stir stick and a napkin. I already broke those apart. But this is, no one in my family likes the Green Mountain coffee, but my mom likes the Green Mountain Keurig tea, you know, in these little K-cups. But you don't necessarily have to have a Keurig type brewer to brew this. You can just open it up, put it in your little filter basket, or you can do it as a pour over. This is a Columbia Select medium roast. Breakfast blend. And a breakfast blend is usually a light roast, so there's two of these. I don't know if my sisters and the others in my party decided to keep anything like this, but anything else like this, you know, that was consumable, like the soap and toiletries that I showed in the first half of this haul, those are good to collect. Even if you don't use them yourself, you can barter these. These would be a good barter item. And I have experimented with brewing this in my coffee maker by just emptying the pod into my little basket in my coffee maker. I'm brewing it that way, and it does work because, you know, it's just regular ground coffee or an instant tea. You can also get cocoa mixes that are in these little cups. And I think some other hot drinks like ciders and stuff like that, but I have a bag that I will put these in. And that's another way that I store up coffee for longer term. And if I have to use my camp stove to make some coffee, I got these little things that I could use if I didn't want to use my instant coffee. So that is another way you can use these things. You don't have to have a Keurig type brewer. So anyway, this is what I have picked up for the time being. So hopefully next month I will be able to do something a little bit, you know, more or less what I normally do. But then again, I may do another run, just like an addendum. And when we have our giveaways at the powwow, I bring home a few goodies, and I will do a video on what I bring home from that, because that is something that is done on Sunday afternoon. You know, the volunteers and presenters are recognized, and we get to take something from the circle. And then those who are just attending can do likewise. And then whatever is left, people can just take as they see fit or as they want, so that they don't have to take as much home to try to store up for another time. So anyway, I hope these things give you ideas on what you can add your preps. Maybe a few different things, different ideas. So anyway, thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.